tell us, how do you take on challenges big or small when you're pressured to do something? You can't because may mga challenges. How do you take those on?
Kami naman, we're used to difficult situations. So kami, because babad kami on the ground, whenever there are doors that are closed, we take detours. And usually those detours turn out to be opportunities. Everything that we've been doing over the past 8, 9 years, we're actually born out of that. We're born out of those difficulties. Ang bilin ko lang to the Angat Buhay family is that always be on the lookout for spaces that are available for us, whether those spaces are big or small. The challenge always is we fill up those spaces. So kami, we're very agile, we're very flexible. We don't do long-term planning. We just have advocacies like education, health, pero the programs, we tweak them as we go, depending on what the opportunities are. So when the PISA results came out, when the World Bank report came out, nag-adjust kami. When we found out that there was lack of access, especially in areas that are very small, very far from the centers, nag-adjust kami. Right now, we're into mental health, and it was not planned at all. It was just that during COVID, we started a telemedicine platform, and after the COVID cases started going down, parang it was very natural na they were replaced by mental health cases. And because we have been bombarded by mental health cases, we're now doing community-based. That's how we adapt, um, parang whatever the situation is. Kasi parang every day the challenges are different eh. So ang pinaka test talaga sa amin how flexible and how agile we are to be able to respond to the present needs.
Di rin natin inasahan na nagkaroon ng napakaraming bagyo.
Mm-mm.
Back to back to back.
Yeah.
At tinamaan pa ang Naga City.
Yeah.
Ano ang mga natutunan natin doon at ano ang gagawin natin sa darating na taon in 2025 para hindi na maulit?
Yung sa amin, since 2016, we have been responding to calamities, whether bagyo, sunog, earthquakes. Pero yung sa Naga kasi was different in the sense na, doon ako, tapos it was the most devastating of all the typhoons that we have ever come across. Parang yung realization is that we can't just do relief operations. We can't just do rehabilitation work. Parang it has to be something more sustainable and deeper than that. So ngayon parang iniba namin. Number one, hindi na siya disaster. Parang yung pillar namin before was disaster response and rehabilitation. Ngayon, since last year, na kami, climate action. Kasi feeling namin, mas long-term yung planning. It involves adjustment of policies that are already there. Like what I've mentioned before, because of the lessons that the recent calamities taught us, kailangan balikan and what have we been doing wrong? Halimbawa, Inaga, one of the realizations was that yung building code pala na sinusunod namin, yung National Building Code, hindi pala siya sufficient for Naga. So we have to do a local building code over and above the National Building Code. Halimbawa, we have a comprehensive land use plan, hindi na pala yun akma because of the changing time. So parang yung climate action is really changing policies to parang dapat may foresight ka of what is to come para hindi ka na nabubugbog sa relief operations.
Just as a final question, when does advocacy turn into campaigning? You are running for the mayoralty position that your late husband once occupied in Naga City.
So I'm lucky that I'm running almost unopposed. It would have been different if the fight is difficult. Because then the reality is that there would be a very thin line between whether the things we're doing now is already politicking or not. But I think the true test of that is that have we been doing this already, even before the campaign, even before the elections? And the answer is yes. And because I'm running virtually unopposed, parang the thin line is not there. In the sense that if I'm just thinking of the elections, I don't have to do these things anymore. And because this is something we've been doing since 2016, hindi ko ni-question ng tao whether if we're politicking or not. Siguro maswerte ako in that sense. But when I decided to run for mayor, nag-resign ako as Angat Buhay president. Just to ensure that Angat Buhay will be insulated from political activities, while I'm still the figurehead as chairman of the board. I I I don't I'm not required to do the day-to-day operations and planning anymore. So I don't have a say anymore as to what programs we'll be doing, what projects we'll be doing in the next few months. So ano naman 'yun? Um Mahirap in the sense that yung tutok kasi after I ended my term, I've been so focused with Angat Buhay, but because it's election time, even if I'm running virtually unopposed, I'm expected to spend more days in Naga than I normally did in the past. So yung day to day, I'm also very lucky that I'm being supported by a very able and efficient team that I don't have to worry about the operations of Angat Buhay anymore.
Good to see you in Manila. And all the best in Naga.
Thank you,
so
Kathy.
much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate you.